What's up, everybody? Glad we got
Hey.
yeah, everybody's in here. I'm just glad we got episode 2. So, here we go. Fresh off the games leading up to the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Bengals. I can't believe the Bengals are in it. I just remember my little Bengals jacket when I was a kid. That was like a prized possession when I was young. So I said I might have to bring something back. I don't know. And then the Rams. We just found that out. The Rams are going to be in it in LA. I'm jealous of all you motherfuckers that are actually going to be in the city for the game. That's finna be a movie either way. Whether they win or lose, it doesn't really matter. That's going to be a crazy scene, man. Come on, you know that is.
It is. It'll be a scene, but all I'm worried about is the halftime show.
For real? Who you waiting on?
All of them.
Really?
Yes.
Really? You don't have a favorite at all? Nobody in particular?
No.
I think a majority of the world is waiting on Eminem. Real talk. That's you could probably not have everybody else and just have Eminem, and it would be like, that's fine. People would buy that.
True. They would.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I don't know. And this might. It's not just because you're a woman. I thought you'd be into Mary J.
Well, I mean, I am, but it's funny because I see her as Monet now.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm laughing like shit because I'm like that, and
Monet's gonna perform.
That and it's not that she does. I don't know. Okay, take it like this. I was gonna say she's not the best actress in the universe. That's not the key, or that's not the thing with this. Like, she does so good. I just see her as that. It's just that I see her as that most often. I don't listen to her music all the time. I wasn't really a fan. So I'm a fan of her in that show. You know?
Yeah, I can understand that, but to retrace our steps really fast, to go back to the Super Bowl and football talk before we move into the Monet talk.
Oh.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes didn't want to win.
Why do you say that? You got to explain to the world.
I just feel like it was like he gave up. He didn't, like, he kept getting sacked.
See, but that's not giving up.
I know.
Getting sacked is not giving up.
I know that, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like he gave up.
You have to go further than
he gave up towards the
end. Why? What actions did he take to make you feel that way?
It wasn't any actions in particular. It was, I don't know. Maybe I felt his spirit.
No, fuck
or
that.
something.
Stand on this shit. Oh, that's how you doing it?
You don't do that.
Why?
Because
I'm saying stand on it. If you feel like he was giving up, you have to give more than that, because there's fans that are gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't
care. He left it
care.
all on the field.
Well, everybody's gonna have an opinion, and that's the thing that I love about America, because we all get the right to have our own opinion.
I can't believe you put that on America.
What?
You're like, that's what I love about America. I guess, if that's what keeps you here.
No, I'm just saying. It's good that we're all entitled to our, own opinion.
That's the whole thing too, right? The Super Bowl, it's just another thing really to argue about or be divided about.
Exactly.
Isn't that fucked up? We're having our most fun when we're like, my side, your side.
Yeah.
We're having our most fucking fun wearing colors and jerseys or whatever of our different sides and being like, I'm gonna get you today. We're gonna win. And it's like, why? That's a weird thing about humans.
It's another thing to be divided on.
We love it.
People would say, "Oh, we're not divided. We're just competitive." Yada yada yada. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, we're divided.
And it's like you're divided with different different groups of people on different things. Like, all right, we fuck with the same team in basketball. We fuck with this team in football. We fuck with these politics. We fuck with this religion. Like, you know, you have your different groups for different parts of your life, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's different. I don't know, when you really break it down, because it's like, you know, I can't think of anything that I really enjoy that's not a comparison thing.
You always do that though, because like you'll ask me, oh, who's better, this person or this person?
And I don't understand.
And I'll be like, I don't have an opinion on who's better. You don't ask me so much anymore because you got tired of my answer. Yeah. But really, it's like I don't have an opinion on who's better. I don't feel like one singer is better than another singer.
But they
because
are.
No, because I just feel like they are doing their thing and they're in their zone, and good for them. Great for them.
They were just talking about Carrie Hilson and how the Beehive cleaned that shit right up. She had a diss song, she had a career, she had all this shit going on, and I'm not saying Carrie Hilson's doing bad. Looks amazing. And fucking, she be in all kinds of little B movies or whatever. So it worked out how it works out. But let's be real.
What?
Man, don't play with the Beehive.
Hey.
And that's the end of that story.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's crazy. We're all scared of like some internet gangsters and shit. You're laughing, for real.
They really are. But
bully you right into fandom.
Huh?
Bully you right into fandom. Like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, that's what you
Tone
would.
that shit down.
That's what you would say. So, now back to Monet.
Oh, we're into this. Woo! Power was some shit. And we're not gonna make this a power cast. This is gonna be a part-time power cast. Because niggas be talking about Power like crazy. And you know what's crazy? We were on vacation, right? This is the little story for us. We were on vacation in Denver. And we were chilling. And a family, I'm not going to put them on blast, but a family member called me. And they were like, yo, have you seen the new Power with Tariq? And I'm like, no. They're like, you got to watch it right now. I'm like, whatever, weird nigga. I'm like, yo, I'm out here chilling, you know what I'm saying, blowing on that good, having a great time, family, everything. Not doing it. Then I talked you into, I was like, yo, get your laptop out, you know what I'm saying, because you needed the app. So you get your laptop out, I go through whatever, we get either a free trial or we have some shit. Either way, we can log in. I watch this shit. In my heart, I've never let that person live that down. I'm like, man, you bothered me with that goofy shit. But I kept watching for some reason. And it was like if you had to compare it, it was like when this person told me this and I watched it, it was like watching a pebble of a snowball turn into fucking the world of a snowman. Because like, I'm there every week now. And this shit's getting good. I'm praying it doesn't get too good. And by too good, I'm like too silly. It's teetering a line constantly where if Ghost comes back, I'm out. If Ghost comes back, I'm gone.
Well, I feel like they're leaving.
Tommy's got 3 episodes and I'm out.
I feel like they're leaving whether he'll come back or not up to interpretation.
Nigga, the lawyer's involved.
The lawyer keeps saying little things, and Tyreek even asked. He set this up.
Why did you call that nigga Tyreek? That nigga's Tariq.
Tariq.
You're laughing too hard. That's right. He has a name.
Oh. Anyway, Tariq said he set this all up before he died.
Yeah, and the nigga was like, yep. And I was like, nah, no one's this calculated, bro. To leave the letter. That letter was so cold blood.
But I told you he was going to say, ha, 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 ha.
I thought it was a check. see my greedy ass. I was like, oh, this is where he's gonna get the inheritance. He's gonna start breaking them off because he knows it costs money to fight bodies and shit. That nigga's like, I knew you'd end up here. I was like, damn. But let's be real. Yaz was unnecessary. I'm glad they put her back out of the show because that was just a nuisance to keep up with. That was a nuisance because she can, even when she was a little child, it was like, they have another sibling? I just thought of the two. And then when she died, I'm like, all right, Tariq's running the show. And then it's like, my little sister. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot.
True.
You struggle to keep going back to that. So now that I hope she has a good life. There you go.
Yeah, I hope she gets many more roles and...
Who? The little girl? Get the fuck out of here. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the character.
Well, the character is
his
her.
sister, man. I don't know about that. Anyway. I didn't see enough. If I was somebody, I didn't see enough to make any determinations. I'm like, you were in like seconds of episodes.
Well, either way.
The closest she got to acting was the last thing when they had her in the courtroom and then she fumbled. She's like, Tariq. And then he's like, stop everything. Fuck all this shit. I was like, whoa, this is what you get emotional over? Look what you've done. And this is where the line is. All right.
Well, that's his sister.
And then, now what? Now what's his motivation? See, this nigga, and even Raina, did you see that in the episode when he's like, when he was talking to Ray Ray and Ray Ray's like, you didn't give me a chance. And then even Kanan's like, you bitch ass nigga, you got what you deserve. And he's like, that's for my sister. And then Raina came out. She's like, don't put that on me. And like Tariq's always trying to put his shit on someone else. And it winds up people dead.
Yeah, I guess.
That Lauren shit, if she's dead, he'll never forgive her. He'll never forgive Effie. He'll never forgive her if he ever connects those dots. She'll always be the ops. For real.
Yeah, we don't know for sure that she killed her because number one, they didn't show the body.
But you don't need it in the way that she crept in the room. Something happened. If she didn't do it, maybe Kane. Maybe she dropped her off, which is all the same game. That's the thing. Dropping her off to Kane is as good as killing her yourself, isn't it? She knows that too. Kane's not gonna play with that.
Yeah. But
you're what connects me to some shit. Goodbye.
Yeah.
The end.
But Kane was with Monet and Mecca.
For the time being. You don't know the time span. You don't know nothing.
Well, yeah, but still.
It's just bad. But I know this. And if Kane did that, Tariq's on his ass. Tariq's on his bumper. That's the bad part about Tariq. If you give this little nigga enough room, he'll bury everything he wants to. That's what he did with Mecca. He's like, oh, aren't you a snitch? That nigga couldn't believe it. He knew all that shit. But I can't believe in that nigga's character. I can't believe in the Mecca character since we watched.
That's such a cool name.
We watched the interview. Nah, I'm cutting this out. I don't know. I don't want to be mean to that guy. That's fucked up because he is a human, you know?
Yes, he is.
And that was just weird. You see somebody in a certain light and then you see their real life and you're like,
he is very convincing as his character.
There we go. There we go. And see, we got to break it down in a way where it's like, bro, you're not bad at what you do. You're great. Him and that, awesome. But
I would have thought he was more Mecca-like.
And that's what the problem is. Too many grown-ass niggas caught up in characters and shit. I remember this girl on a BET show. What did she say? She said, I hate the game. And it was like, why? Because like he's an evil drug lord. And he's like, what? The fuck are you talking about? He's a rapper and shit. She's like, no. In Waist Deep or the movie. I was like, nah, she really believed that. She's like, and his eye is fucked up too. Come on, man. It's too far. We gotta respect the work and move on. If a character makes you feel emotions, they deserve something.
Yeah.
Because I've had that. Everyone's had that where it's like, if I see this motherfucker. Tariq was that for the whole world for like years. We were all looking at him and we were like, man, if I saw
Wishing
that
his
little
death.
nigga. For real.
Wishing his death upon him. And now we're like, oh God, what's going to happen?
But
so we didn't introduce we didn't even say who we were. So I'm Goddess Keys.
This is sweet. So
for those first time listeners who don't know.
They probably don't. There's only 2 episodes, so it is what it is.
Yeah. So I'm Goddess Keys. He's sweet. So that's who we are. What else were we gonna talk about?
Let me see. Farrah Abram, she's saying she's been having suicidal thoughts since her arrest, where she allegedly slapped a security guard.
She's been having what?
Suicidal thoughts. And now she's moving out of California. They got her packing up a U-Haul. And I said, no, that ain't about that. There's something else. She needed to get out of there. Maybe it was financial. Who knows? But she's been trying to cling on to her shit for a while. And that's the sad stuff to me when you've seen people ride a high wave and now that shit's not where it was. It's kind of sad because they're still trying to cling on to it and the rest of us are like, nah, that's been out.
Yeah, I would say. It's unfortunate, not only her, but I'd say like anyone who reaches a certain status of celebrity and like they're the thing right at that moment, and they're still living off of being the thing when we've moved on to new things.
For real. Yeah, and that's See, I don't know. It's been a slower, like as far as big news, it's just been slower, and that's a good thing. I thought about that. Sometimes I'll be trying to do the podcast and come up with things. I'm more or less sometimes thinking, I hope there's more things to talk about, but you don't want the wrong things to talk about. I don't wish anyone's pain, hurt, demise for me to have a topic.
No.
So forgive me for strolling through, seeing what's going on.
They claim that Tom Brady was retiring.
Yeah, that's the claim. We're not going to say that's official because he's got to have a press conference for me to go, okay, that's it. There's no way he can just send that through a rep.
Well, he can.
What? You're going to accept that? And then what? See him at a game? There's the retired Tom Brady. Come on. He's got to explain it. Talk about how I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't know, whatever he's going to say.
He's been thinking about this for a while, and, with the ending of this season, I just decided it's time to go.
Man.
But I don't know whether he's retiring or not. If he doesn't, great for him. He will be quarterbacking another season. If he does retire, great for him. He can go off and ride into the sunset and enjoy his life. Although I doubt that's... I think he'll be a sportscaster, announcer, whatever those people are. I think he'll do that.
That makes the most sense. It's an easy check for him. If you love the game, it's a way to be around the game and get a check.
Exactly.
But fuck all that. Shout out Tom Brady. Do what you want. The big news was the Janet documentary. That shit. Oh, look. I knew I was gonna get you with that. I was looking through and I was thinking, man, how did we miss this?
The Janet documentary.
And the main part, I can tell you the main part. Everybody's mad at Jermaine Dupri.
For not fighting for her?
For a number of reasons. The main being, how could you cheat on her? And even she said that wasn't the main reason, but that's crazy.
I mean...
Most people look at him like a blessed man for that.
Okay. the cheating thing, I am of the belief that if you, my husband, goes and has sex with someone else, that you just tell me. It's not cheating. And I don't consider it cheating.
Not everybody's on that, but it sounded like Janet wasn't too far from that. Hers more or less, like she said, she was like, I just want you to spend some time.
Yeah, and
You're gone for a month.
And I think she could have dealt with the cheating if he was still spending time with her. So, to go 3 or 4 weeks without seeing each other, and then him squeezing in like 15 minutes out of his day to go to a party or whatever else, yeah, I'm gonna feel some kind of way too.
And that's the female perspective versus the male perspective. Because if she admitted, she said it was his job. It wasn't just him being a party animal. Maybe some of it was, but it went with his job. Like, yo, I gotta go to these clubs. I gotta see what's going on. I gotta be out here. This is what I do. And if you love what you do, she said it was like his real girlfriend.
Exactly, and she said he hated it when he hated it when she said that, but it was true.
Holding the mirror up.
Yeah.
But hey, we've all benefited from the songs that have been created, from him doing his job at such a great level. So shout out to that.
Exactly.
I don't know. And that's the thing she said too. That was the interesting part. She remember when she talked as her younger self, she was more along the lines of, I don't want to do this entertainment stuff. I got it mapped out. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to do some business law or whatever she wanted to do. And I'm going to support myself with acting. And, you know, we all have our ideas of how this thing's going to go. And then it goes. But her blessing was she got to a space and a place and an age where she said, you know what? I'm not mad at my dad. I got to tell him thank you. Thank you for knowing what I needed to do and pushing me in that direction, because sometimes that's so valuable. We both said that.
Yeah.
Wish someone by, like, you're a boat. And what if someone pushes your boat right in the right direction? Just go that way. Versus you veering off, having to go through storms, the boat's fucked up, almost sank.
Got a hole in the bottom.
Man. And somebody could have just go that way.
Yeah.
So that's very valuable.
I feel like I could have used a more in-depth documentary.
I said that
because
you made it, and everybody got all hype. And I know I'm talking over, but I was hyped because I thought, oh, it's gonna get down to the real nitty gritty. But there was still some questions I asked, like, oh, you're not gonna touch this or that.
Yeah, and I just feel like either it could have been longer, like maybe a mini series or something, or she could have not went so in depth on the family stuff. Because
what do you mean?
Like,
are you talking about family as in her, like her, Michael, Joe?
When she went back to the house in Gary, Indiana, and they started talking about like her being the baby sister.
Is that the part of the movie you hate?
Yeah.
I hate that shit too. I hate that in a movie. I can't stand on a movie documentary and needs it. I fast forward through that shit. I promise you. If somebody has a documentary, I don't give a fuck where you were born. I don't care about anything before you started to find your success. Whatever we're talking about you for, let's get to that, right?
Well, and I'm not even saying excuse me. I'm not even saying that you had to start at Control.
No, but come
I'm
on,
saying
a baby.
They could have started like at Good Times, or when she or told briefly that she acted with her brothers in Vegas on stage and showed clips of that. Or,
nobody knew the thing in Vegas like that unless you were a super fan, I think. And then people, when they found out, it was more or less just
yeah. It wasn't like,
I'm not going back to find these on YouTube or do any of that.
It's like, oh my God, Jenny used to perform in Vegas with Michael, and I don't care. So, Good Times could have started there and went forward. I think she kind of went too far in depth with the James DeBarge thing, because, okay, he was on drugs and they got an annulment because they were married for less than a year. And okay, you were married to this guy for less than a year. Why did you spend so much time talking about him? I feel like he was too big a part of her documentary. And maybe that's
who?
James DeBarge.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, which one? Because she had a couple relationships.
Renee was the other one.
That's what I thought
that they talked about.
That shit was different.
Yeah, and her relationship with him, I understood why they put so much emphasis on that one, because it
created so much stuff.
Yeah, it helped create her. But like we both said, I think he was a voyeur, and that was part of the creative directing. Like, do you have a boyfriend? Is he gonna be mad? And it's like, hello, my boyfriend, he's the one directing. It's like, what?
And that's the thing, man. Then it gets weird. It's like, okay, what am I into?
Yeah. It's like,
y'all's weird fantasies. Like, okay. But I'll take the check.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I mean, so overall, I liked the documentary. I just wish it had gone a little deeper or covered more things than it covered, I guess, because I feel like it really touched on Control and Rhythm Nation, and then after that it touched on them, but it didn't really
the baby buildup was stupid. That was clout chasing. That was hooky. You know what I mean? I was like, let's get them drug in.
I'm a mom now. And I think that's great. She's a mom. She became a mom.
No,
being a mom is her focus.
I'm talking about her playing with that secret baby shit.
Oh,
that was like,
I'm not even gonna comment on that. I have my opinion, but I will keep my opinion to myself. But I think it's great that she is a mom now, and that she's raising her son. I'm sure her son is. I say he's very lucky to have her as a mother, because she's already done her career, and so she's got money, and he's gonna have the life of any kid's dreams.
True. I asked if she was gonna build a Neverland for him, not in a weird way. She could really have him with a zoo and amusement park. And I wonder what his life's really gonna be like. His dad's a billionaire.
Yeah. But it'll. I mean, we'll see.
She's a fan of hard work, though, so he's not gonna get a free ride. That's for sure. He's gonna have chores. He's gonna have stuff he's got to do.
I mean, he may already have some chores because he's like 5.
What?
4 or 5 now.
I'm still thinking, dude's a baby.
No.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, you're in the game now. Hey, people lose that love, that innocence love for you at a certain point, and they're like, nah, get in the game. Take this out. Do this. You gotta work. And that's fine, but overall, hey, it was a Lifetime Janet. Doc, what did you expect?
True.
I knew when I heard Lifetime, this is gonna be limited. If it said HBO Max, I'd have got more excited. Then we're talking.
Because they'd have had episodes.
wild episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
And they could have got more. Do you want to talk about in depth? It could have got different because they could have brought in better quality of everything. Not saying it was low budget or anything. Just saying, what if you could have did, what was it, 4 episodes? What if you could have did 10?
Yeah.
10-hour-long episodes divided into like parts.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that would have been good.
Overall, solid 7. It was cool.
I would give it a 9.
Yikes. He was down here perfect out of 10?
But I'm a Janet Jackson fan.
Me too, don't do that. I bought CDs. Greatest hits.
The greatest hits don't count because that means...
I bought greatest hits while she was still alive. That's sick. That's sick! When you buy the greatest hits while they still alive, that's wild. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So, I'm standing on that.
Okay.
For real, I'm standing on that. There's no other documentary I really want to see like that. I'm really trying to think. Do you?
No, not really. Not that I can think of.
Mm-mm. I like all the sound. That's what I realized. We can have them ourselves. We can do what we want to do because I can edit, you know?
That's true.
I'll tell myself when I'm back. I'll be like, and fight. Oh my god. The Fenty stores are coming, but I don't want to talk about that.
They're the first one's gonna be in Vegas.
Really?
Yes.
Alright, I'm not keeping this. Do you know anything about the Lauren Smithfield's Bumble date?
Her Bumble date was
I don't know anything.
Was a man. He took her on a date. She was 20. I think she was 23. I think. He killed her, but he's not being held responsible because
Yeah, she was 23. He was 37.
Yeah. Which, it's fine. I'm not bothered by the age gap because, you know, all different types of people go together. But, her death was ruled alcohol, fentanyl, I think. Fentanyl. And something else. But how did she get this stuff in her system unless he drugged her or something?
Man. And it seems like
They're not, the point is, they're not giving it the attention that they gave Gabby Smith. Or Gabby, what was her name?
I don't know who you're talking about, honestly.
The white girl, Gabby Petito, I think. Whatever her name was, or is, or was.
Yeah, it says it was determined that her death, she died of acute intoxication due to the combined effects of fentanyl, promethazine, hydroxine, and alcohol, and ruled her death an accident. How was that an accident?
It wasn't.
That doesn't seem accidental to put all that together. I mean, it could be, but it seems like a cocktail, a death cocktail.
And they didn't give it any.
And they're saying she didn't use drugs.
Yeah, exactly. But
they're even. I'm sorry to talk over you again, but they're even questioning. I'm just reading some of the stuff. How the medical examiner could rule her death an accident without determining how the drugs got into her system exactly.
And what they're saying is, if she was a white woman, more attention would have been brought to the case.
He's quote here, it tells people to close the case and turn their backs on a black girl like she doesn't exist, he said.
Exactly.
Man, experts are calling this a cocktail of drugs and saying that no one in their right mind would give me a shot of fentanyl with promethazine and hydroxine and then wash it down with alcohol. That would be worse than drinking gallons of bleach. Thank you. And I did not read that part ahead of time as far as calling it a cocktail. It just sounds like a mix of nonsense that I would give like something non-human to try to get rid of it.
Exactly.
I would not give that to anyone I love in any case. Here you go. What reason? And you're telling me this was provided for the good time? That's too much. Sounds like a science experiment. For real. It's the ingredients to death.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shit. And you remember, what was that motherfucker's name? See, I'm not good with names. And anybody on the channel knows that. I'm not good with names, but you're going to know what I'm talking about. The guy who was bringing in young black men to the crib.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
And injecting them with drugs, allegedly. Or I don't know what happened. And I think they finally got to the end of that, didn't they?
I don't remember.
Damn, I wish I could remember the name. People are going to put that in the comments, who we're talking about. It was someone who was bringing young black males to their home, to hang out, and it turned into something fatal for the young black men, and I believe they were homeless. But that's allegedly as well. All this is allegedly because I do not know all the facts, but I'm trying to remember what the name of the person involved was. Y'all definitely put that in the comments, and we can come back and talk deeper when we have more details. But, I just know a vague part of that story. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know the story.
So, but it was along these lines of some weird things were happening and people weren't being investigated for the weird things because of whatever reason. And that's what this is like, okay, why isn't this getting a deeper look?
Because she's black, and there's no other way to put it. If she was a white woman whose family was connected or whose family had money or anything like that, then of course they would pull out all the stops to investigate what happened to her further than, she overdosed or she died of alcohol poisoning or whatever. They would actually find out, okay, how did this actually happen? Not just, she drank too much. Case closed. And move on. But, unfortunately, there are a lot of women of color and men of color who their cases will not get the attention that white people's cases get.
Ed Buck.
Yes.
I believe it was. I'm looking into it a little bit while you speaking.
But our cases do not get the attention because we don't have money, which we don't. And that's not saying that all black people are broke. And even if they're not broke, they don't have the connection that
they're talking about. He was a cash cow donor, bro, for the Democrat. He was a Democratic cash cow, is what this article's saying. And him being that afforded him that 2 black men overdosed in his West Hollywood apartment where he'd brought them to party and play. See? Money buys you access to too much shit. because so many people are doing bad and not good. You can buy people in so many ways, and that's some sad stuff, man.
Yeah.
People will do a lot just to have a place to chill for the night. They'll like do what you say.
They will.
And it could cost them their lives. They don't even know. You're about to end your game over trying to survive another day or get through it. It's a messed up setup, you know?
Yeah.
Sad. I don't know. I hope they go further with that case.
Me too. We'll see, but I doubt it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I think that's going to wrap it up for the week. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, for real. Definitely coming with some more content. Check out some other content on the channel. Want to plug your stuff?
If you want a tarot reading, coaching, want to throw a party, if you're into spell casting, you can reach out to goddesskeys.com, which is my website, and I can answer all your questions there. That's GODDESSKEYES.com.
All right. And so, like I said, definitely be on the lookout. We got the 3rd episode coming. It won't be so long this time, hopefully. But we're going to see y'all soon. You have a good week or a couple weeks maybe before we see you again. And we're out.
Bye.
Peace.